welcome back to Amanda's Bookish Adventures. It is day 13 of Bookmas, and we are doing a 24-hour readathon. So it is the 11th, and we will be doing, well, it will be turning the 11th in 10 minutes, so I thought I'd open it. So from the 11th of midnight to the 12th of midnight will be the 24-hour, and it is a Merry Bookmas. So I'm trying to do my TBR for Merry Bookmas. Oh, I should have put on chapstick. Oh well. I have finished The Chosen One Prompt, Nightfall, Bookception, By Your Side, and Found Family. I read Rune and Rising. So in this one, I have, where is Second Chance Romance, The One That Got Away. Let's see, what's the next one? Small Town. I have like 10 minutes before my alarm starts, so I'm trying. It's a small town. It happened one summer. I do know this is in a small town, so I'm looking forward to it. And then we have 6. Read a book with a game. This was recommended, the Inheritance games, which I'm excited for. And then another one that I have possible to read is Fake Dating, Hanny and Issue's Guide to Fake Dating. So those are the ones I'm trying to read in this video. I know I'm not going to finish all of them. My priority is just to finish 3, and if I finish 4, that's really great because I am getting my booster on the 14th, and that means I would only have, how many prompts would I have left if I read those? So the Friends to Lovers, the Retelling, the Close Quarters, and the group book. And it would just be such a load off my back if I could get these ones done this week in this 24-hour. Even if I could get 3 done, that would help. I had such a bad reaction to my shot. The first one, I just had the chills and a rash came a week later. The second shot, I had the chills for days and I had the rash and I had a headache. No fever, nothing like that. I don't know how I'm going to react to the booster. So that is definitely why we are reading these books. The first one I really do want to read is The One That Got Away. So this is about, it's been 12 years since tragedy. It's been 12 years since tragedy struck the senior class of Long Lake High School. Only a few students survived that fateful night. A group media dubbed them the ones who got away. Liv Arias, I don't know, it is Aria with an S, thought she'd never return to Long Acreage until a documentary brings her and the other survivors back home. Suddenly her old flame-thin Dorsey is closer than ever, and their attraction is still white hot. When a searing kiss reunites their passion, Liv realizes this rough around the edges cop might be exactly what she needs. So this is the first one I will be reading, and I'm really excited. And it is about, I'm going to be honest, about 365, maybe 370 pages. But it sounds so good, and I adore it. Got out of the shower, so hopefully by the next time you guys see me, my hair's dry. It'll probably be put back, but I will update you guys when I get to 100 pages. I'm going to probably start reading once it's midnight and then update you when I get to 100 or 200. We'll just see how it goes. Alright, that is it for this first update. Well, talking about what I'm reading, and then I will update you once I get into this. Hi, so I am back in my first update. I got to 111. So what I know, it is a second chance romance. That's great, but it is about a school shooting. So they're back in town, the people from the shooting, and I think it's a series. So I kind of want to continue on with the series. So I am a little annoyed, not with the book, but with the cover. So the main character's name is Liv, or like Olivia. She's Latina. She even says that in the book. That's a white girl on the cover. So that's the only thing I'm really annoyed about. So they're back in town to, most of them are back in town to film a documentary about what happened when they were at, I think it was prom or a school dance when the shooting happened. And Livy's there because the money will go to the families and the victims and a charity. So most of them are there to do interviews so that money can go to the families and the victims. But a lot of stuff happens. Well, Finn is the boy who was on the right side of the tracks, and Olivia wasn't. So when Finn was with her when they dated in high school, he kept her a secret. She was the girl he made out in the library or in a closet. So there are a lot of issues, and he talked about how he couldn't bring her to his family dinners because she wouldn't know the right fork, and he just liked her because she wasn't snooty, wasn't rich, wasn't stuck up. Well, a lot of things happened. So it's been really interesting. She is having flashbacks. You do meet a group of girls that went through the same thing that she is sort of friends with after the thing. And so it's been really good. But they had a time capsule after the event, after they graduated high school, and they read the letter, and she's like, the shooters took that from me. The passion and everything that they wanted, all the girls, and even eventually I think maybe we'll meet other characters, but I do know we meet the girls and Finn, who's been through this tragedy. They all had the letters, and they are right. They didn't accomplish everything in the letter, and a lot of stuff, their dreams were taken from them because they've been so scared to do it. So it's really interesting, and I'm really glad I picked this to be my first pick. I'm still annoyed with the cover because she's Latina, and that looks like a white girl. He looks more darker than her, so that's all I'm going to say. I think I would have liked it if it was the ethnicity that she is, but it's just a cover. At least it's a good book so far. It's like 1:40 in the morning, so I read these pages really quickly. It's really interesting, and I know there's a series of other books with this. So after I finish this one, I think maybe not this month, but in the coming months next year, I want to read the rest of the series. But it is really good, and I don't know where we're going to go from here because I think there's a lot of stuff. It's only the first 100 pages, so definitely like it's setting up, but I do know there has to be something to go down. So I will update you when I get to 200, and maybe we get more about what's going to be the current situation. But for now, it's really interesting, and I'm finding it really good. I'm back. It's a short clip. It's not 1:40, it's 1:28. So I just thought I'd tell you the correct time. All right, I will update you when I get to around page 200, as long as 200 is not in the middle of the chapter. All right, I'll see you maybe in a while. I'm back with my next update. I got to 223, and it's like 1:59 in the morning, which I'm doing really strong, and I'm really glad I picked this as my first book. Even for a mass market, sometimes they take too long, but this is really fast-paced. So Liv and Finn, she's going up to a lake house he is working on, and it's getting back to who they used to be without the anxiety or the terror. And it does talk about scenes of since the shooting, what they've suffered through, or like how their personality was warped. And Liv in college did not care what happened to her body. She would get drunk, she'd get high, she said it. She used sex as a way to shut down, basically. So they are kind of friends at this point, and he keeps apologizing how he was a dick in high school, and he explains certain situations that she had no idea about. So it's been really good, and it's been interesting aside to see in this type of a second chance romance. I have read second chance romance before, but it's been very interesting to see how this is going to play out. And I'm not really sure how it's going to play out, because even though I'm 62% in the book, obviously there will be a happy ending, but I'm really enjoying this writing style and how fast this was. Even if I started this at midnight and it's 1:59 in the morning, it's really pretty fast, and it's written really well. I was concerned it was going to do the stupid trope of like where they fall back into their old ways, and it's not falling back into their old ways. And they're trying to change who they are now, capturing dreams that they've let go, and people who they not who they were, but who they wanted to be. It's really, really good, and I'm loving their chemistry, and I would have updated you sooner, but a really steamy scene was happening, and I wasn't going to pause and update you guys. It was actually really written well. I'm really enjoying it. At this point, I know it's not a 3. It could be a possible 4 or a 5. It just depends on the next 100 pages or so. I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun with it. I'm sad my book light died, so I have to shift everything to the other couch so I have better lighting, because the lighting looks great right here, but it's not great to read right here with the book, so I have to swap everything out. But it's really good, and I'm glad I started it as my first read because of how fast it is. But talking about the trauma, and even they talked about how their lives were after, and people look at them like they're the incident. And Liv talked about how a freaking guy basically stalked her for basically maybe not stalked her would be the right word, but not stereotype, I can't think of the word, but he was so invested in the case, he wanted to know more, and he was blaming her and stuff like that. And it shows, like, when you're in that type of incident, how your life kind of goes on pause, and you're not the person who you want to be, and how you suffer through the trauma. And Finn even admitted how he dealt with his trauma and how he suffered as well, which has been really good. And I'm excited it is a series, because then I want to see how the other girls, because so far it's mentioned Liv, 3 other girls, and Finn. I don't think in any of the books it's talked about any other survivors from the incident, so I want to see how they dealt with their trauma as well. I think it'd be really cool to see that. Alright, I will update you once I finish the book. That way I have more time to read it and give you my thoughts, and then I'll wrap it up, and then I don't know if I'm in for a I don't even know which one I'm going to read next. I have a feeling, but it could change after I read this, especially. So, I will update you once I finish this. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm strongly going to recommend it as a very awesome romance book. It's 2:59 in the morning, not 1:59. Still a fast-paced book, though. Yeah, sorry about the bad lighting, but I have finished The One Who Got Away, and I'm going to give it a 5-star. I did not expect it to be a 5-star. It was a solid 4. But the development of these characters, speaking about the trauma and doing a series with the other characters and getting hints, I can't even tell you what girl is next. I haven't even looked. I'm extremely excited for it. So I wish my book light didn't die. It's really amazing, and it's really good. And the chemistry in the second chance, and even though it was a second chance romance, it was a second chance of being who you wanted to be and fighting the demons and showing that they didn't win. The shooters didn't win, didn't take that away. I'm really intrigued because there was hints about that night, so I think throughout the series we're going to get hints about the prom. It was prom. And there is something that I'm extremely excited. Hopefully we get more detail about. I don't even know who the next girl will be, but I definitely want to look that up. So I guess I feel like this is such a high, and I don't know. They could all be 5 stars, or they could all be whatever they want. But this was such a high point. I don't know what to read next. I'm going to read this probably later, if honestly. This one is one of the bigger ones. It is, without spoiling. Don't spoil. It's about 370. This one's 370, so I don't know if I want to jump into this one quite yet, but I do want to get into it. It looks really, really good. And it's 5 in the morning, I should say, and my timer to like get up and walk around and take a break went off, so that's why we got cut off. So it's in between these two, and maybe I'll do it by pages, which means I'll probably be reading the YA. I'm hoping to read all of them. Okay, so this is about 330-ish. This is about... This is about 400. So if I'm going to be honest, this has to be the one to read. It's YA, it's contemporary. I think I can do it. I did eat, and I did finish my monsters, so I'm feeling really great. I took a very long nap before I did this. And hopefully my book light is almost fully charged, so we could use that lighting. And since it's 5 in the morning, I think it is okay to, I'm going to get some more fluids. My biggest problem with 24 hours is not moving around and stretching and drinking enough water and stuff. So I'm going to drink some water and walk a little bit before I get into this. But this is the next pick. It's Henny's An Issues Guide to Fake Dating. So that means we have finished the second chance romance, and that was prompt 2. So I have finished 1 and 2. But it's so much fun not reading things in order. Because if I read things in order, it would have taken so much time, because if you watched the Chosen One, the Nightfall vlog, I didn't even read that first, and because I read that, I had to read the sequel. So if I read that at the start of the month, I probably would have threw out my TBR just to keep reading those books. But now that I'm taking a break and I could focus back on my TBR of this and other books I wanted to read for this month, it's been really good. So I'm actually really happy with what I read. I honestly, if I had the other books in that series, I would be reading them now. I might, even though I have books at the library reserved that are for January, I might have to put this next book in this. It's a companion series, so it's not a direct sequel. I might have to put the companion book on my January TBR. So I will update you when I get to 100, and hopefully my book light is on so we can get better lighting. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this, and I think I like the British cover a bit better. I do like this cover. I think I like the background of the British cover better, because like it's like a quilt. But I love both covers because they're illustrated, so I'm really excited to get into this. I know it's fake dating, so we'll see how it goes. Hi, so before I begin the book, it has some warnings that I thought would be good to share. So it has homophobia, biphobia, and I don't want to say this wrong because of my dyslexia. I'm just going to spell it lesbo phobia. So I'm thinking it says lesbophobia, and don't call me out. That's what I'm thinking it's saying. There's Islamophobia, toxic friendship, gaslighting, and parental abandonment. And I do remember reading some of the synopsis when I filmed my TBR. And it makes I knew the homophobia was going to be in this book. But I'm glad it says the warnings in the beginning. I'm very intrigued to see how these two girls are going to deal with this. But I'm going to dive into this and update you guys when I get to page 100. Hi, so I got to 102 of Hanny and Issues Guide to Fake Dating. And I have a lot to unpack. I thought the racism in all the situations would happen like throughout the book. Like it'd be spread out. Page 10, we get racism. Page 30, we get homophobia. And like all in between, the toxic friends, and it was so bad. Legit. So Hanny is the one with the toxic friends, and she is a people pleaser. But Issues also, I'm not going to say she's a people pleaser, but she's trying to please her family. And when you read the situation, and there is a lot of situations to unpack, it's really bad. Like, I can't believe, and so this is based in Ireland, and the racism and the stuff they said, I wanted to cry. I wanted to shake Hanny and be like, they're not your friends. Get away from these toxic people. And they are gaslighting. There is a girl, I would say she's a people pleaser too, and she prioritizes the one friend that, it's been a couple days since I wanted to smack a book character or kill a book character. With what those comments said, and if I was there, I would gladly get arrested by beating this girl up. Maybe not beating her up, but we would have had words. I don't care if she's 16. Those were some, and I don't think Hanny realizes it. She makes excuses, well, this and this. I am sad for both these girls. They're in different situations, but it's really sad. So we haven't dealt with the abandoned parent issue, and I know we're going to deal with it pretty soon, or at least in halfway in the book. And I'm trying not to cry because of what has said. It's like made me so emotional, and I can't believe that this is like going on, and it's in different views. Like you're reading, I'm really very appreciative this is not from one Hanny's perspective. I'm glad that it's both of their perspectives, so we're getting both of the situations. We're learning everything. But it is very sad what these girls are being put through, and in different situations, being a family pleaser, and they expect, Issues' parents expect perfection, and what they were telling her and the older sister was absolutely sad. To please your parents like that, it's going to cause issues later in life. And I think realizing, yeah, this is very sad and it's very emotional. It's really good. But I really thought the situations would be spread out. I mean, I knew we were going to be dealing with these situations. I didn't think they would be so close together. I thought we would get some good, maybe different situations. It's really sad. And I just want to hug these two girls and be like, everything's going to be okay. Like, you're going to go out in the world. You're so young. You're going to go out in the world and you're going to find the people. And it's just really sad. But I do enjoy Hanyu and Ishu's their relationship. I love learning about them. And I love reading how the one person feels about the other. I mean, it's not the best. It is fake dating. So it's been very interesting on that aspect. But I really just want to hug these girls and be like, everything is going to be okay. Oh, that's made me emotional, but I'll definitely update you guys when I get to 200. But I do need to take a break because I'm really all worked up. If these girls were real, and this is happening in our world today, the racism, the homophobia, everything that in this book is happening, toxic friend, gaslighting, it is so sad and very emotional, and I just want to sit in a ball and cry because these poor girls, and it's just, oh. Alright. But it's been almost 5 minutes with this thing, so I definitely will let you go. I am watching sprints, which seem to have definitely kept me more motivated. It's about almost 7 in the morning. I did take a break when I said I was. I'm like shaking how upset I am. So definitely, no, this is really good. I do like it. I'm definitely enjoying this book. I can't tell you the rating, but I know. I don't know. We'll see how the rest of the book goes. All right, I'll update you when I get to 200. I can't even tell you. I'm at 126. And that last chapter, I'm just shaking my head. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so I got to 222 pages. Oh, sorry. And I'm still shaking my head. Annie is such a pushover, and her friends are so bad, and she's not seeing it. An issue, I could see something coming. I don't know. They are so cute together, so I do ship them, and I am so happy that their relationship is developing. But Annie is such a freaking pushover. I can't believe how big of a pushover she is. Sorry, my dad normally sneaks up on me, so I'm like trying not to be snuck up, but I think he's in the back bedroom. She's really a pushover, and she makes excuses, like I said, but she's letting stuff go over her head. Like, she won't even be angry with them. She has to, and it's sad. It's like she's so attached to that. Those two might be her only friends. Maybe they've been her only friends for years, and yes, they are the popular girls. But it's really sad that that's all what she can think is not even to defend herself, her relationship, her views. And there was just the scene, the one I was shaking my head at. Now I want to smack both of those girls. And honestly, if I was 16 and if I was in that scene, there would have been I'd have gotten in so much trouble. But she's such a pushover, so I'm not liking that about her character, but I am liking her development relationship with Issue. And I'm really liking that we're seeing both perspectives. I'm really enjoying that aspect. I guess that's all for this update. And I will update you guys once I finish. And hopefully then, I think I know what my rating is going to be. But I want to see how the rest of the book plays out. Alright, I will update you once I finish the book. So I have finished Annie and Issue's Guide to Fake Dating. And I gave it a 4-star. And I think after the midway section, unless the ending was amazing and it fixed everything, it didn't. Well, it did. There was a lot of fixing. But Annie the situations, she was too much of a pushover for when the big conflict happened, that she couldn't even stand up for her girl. And then she worked through it, and it's still an amazing book, but she's just a pushover, and she's changing, which I'm very happy with. I love the ending with both of them. It was cute, and I would read it again. It would be a book I read again, but it would probably still be a 4-star. I'm really happy that I finished my second book for this 24-hour. And it's only 9, so I'm doing really good. I am somewhat of a slow reader, but taking breaks and walking around has really definitely perked up my energy, and I'm not feeling cramped. I'm not in pain, so absolutely better. Bob is feeling tired today, so he's so funny. When I'm reading a book, he makes me sit there and pet him, and I could do that when I'm reading a small book. When I'm reading like a 700-page book, he gets so unhappy with me because I won't even touch him. So for that prompt for the readathon was for the fake dating. So I think the next one, because it's been very romance heavy, and I do think there's a romance in this. I think someone said there was a romance in this. I don't know, but I do want some mystery. So this will be the next book I start, and I'll update you guys when we get into 100 pages. And I don't know if I told you, the prompt is for games. Yeah, game competition. That is what I'm reading it for. And I just want a little breakup mix up because I read 2 romances in a row, and I do have one more. So I'm definitely hoping this is really good. I'm really excited because I love Truly Devious, and I do plan on reading the sequel. I have the sequel in my room, but this is just for my Married Bookmas TBR. I'm hoping this mystery is really good. I hope it's not too predictable. We'll see. I will update you guys when I get into 100 pages, but I am really excited about it. So I've gotten to 103 in the Inheritance games, and if I could give a 5-star alone for the first 100 pages, I would. The first 100 pages are amazing. Now, I'm really worried about the rest of the book because of how high that is. Oh, hold on, let me turn that off. I needed a bit more light to read because even though I have that, it's a skylight. It's absolutely amazing. Like, the first 100 pages makes me nervous for the rest of the book. But, I really thought I loved Truly Devious, and that was a 5. But this kicks its butt. I'm not kidding. This is so good. And I checked on Goodreads, and it does say romance, but I don't want it to be a romance. I just want it to be about the riddles and the mystery. But we'll see how I feel after I finish this and maybe read the next 2. I wish I had the next 2. With the way the first 100 pages were, I wish I had all of them to binge, but I don't. So good. And it's just another thing that, like with Truly Devious, mysteries weren't my thing. Picking up both of these this year, and I'm loving it. So I would say a 5-star from the beginning, but we still have like 200 and some odd pages to go. We'll see if it's consistent, but those first 100 pages, they were amazing. They were brilliant. We'll see how the rest of the book. I will update you. I found out where the middle is. It's on 247 is where I will update you on. But it is 11:49, so I did take a break to eat lunch and stuff and walk around a little bit, but so good. Recommend highly. I will update you when I get halfway, when I get to those pages. So it's 3 o'clock and I had to come to my room, but I finished it, and I know I promised to update you, but it was so good, and I don't know what we're gonna do because I want the second one. I'm gonna have to reserve the next 2. I don't know when either. If I hate doing this because I said it with Truly Devious. If I finished my December TBR, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna say if I finish my January TBR, I will reserve the next 2 from the library, but I can't in my mind. I don't know what's gonna happen because with all that was revealed and everything, how is it gonna affect the next 2 books? I'm not even kidding. And it was so good. The games, the riddles, it was perfect for the game part of the readathon. So that is book 4, and it is, book 3, and it's a 5-star. I love I'm gonna have to get more into mystery if I have 2 books that I never thought in a million years I'd pick up and I absolutely loved. So I have the 4th book and I am planning on reading it, but I'm going to give myself a break and watch some YouTube. I might get that finished tonight. We'll see, but I do need a break. I could definitely tell I need a break. I had to move. I can no longer read in the living room. My back is really hurting. I'm not tired. I had a cup of coffee. I did take a break around 12 for a cup of coffee, but I might not be tired, but my body is physically tired from holding the books. So I'm going to take a break, like I said, but when I get into that book, I don't even know what it's called, but it's the one I showed you. That is from my small town prompt, and I really wish I just binged all 3 of these books. I really wish I had the others on hand. Alright, I will update you when I get into 100, maybe even halfway. We'll see how I feel, or, well, most likely not how I feel, how much time I have. Because if I don't update you, if I feel like I'm running out of time, I'll update you when I'm halfway. But if not, I'll update you guys at 100 pages. So I decided I'm going to take a nap. I do know I was going to try to read this, but I don't know if that's realistic. Because I do need to sleep. I could feel it. My body is physically hurting. So if I wake up with enough time, I have 2 manga. Well, one of them is a manga that I reserved and I just checked out. But I can't extend it, so I'll just read both of those when I wake up. But this will be read probably this week, on Monday, the vlog I'm going to do. And it gives me time, because if I just read the manga and finish this up early, then I can finish up another vlog that I'm filming. Well, that's almost mostly filled. I just got to read one more book for that. And then I can have that pre-scheduled, so I will update you guys when I wake up. I know I said if I woke up from my nap, I'd read those 2 manga. I woke up from a 2-hour nap. My head was pounding. I couldn't see out of my left eye. I didn't think a headache was going to come. I thought I was perfect. I had enough caffeine. I had plenty fluids. No, it didn't work. So it is Sunday. So I thought I would wrap this up. So I thought I would rank the books that I read. We had 2 5-stars, 1 4-star. This was my favorite book of the video. I'm not gonna lie. This is number 1. I really thought, because of how good this is, and it's still amazing, it's still a 5-star, and I highly recommend it. But that was my favorite book. This is absolutely amazing. I wish I owned this physically. I wished I owned all of these books physically. They're checked out from the library. I might get them used in a couple months, but this was still amazing. And this was 4-star. All of these books were really good. So I thought, with all that said, total page count for this 24-hour is 1,106. And I'm happy with that. It seems to be consistent when I do 24 hours, and I've been doing them a lot, sometimes to correct my sleeping schedule or just to knock stuff out of the water, or just my TBR, or if I feel like I'm slugging that month, just to be constantly not on my phone. So I'm really happy with that. But that means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more Mary Bookmas books, and I think I could do it. I'm planning on reading the group book this week because I don't know when the live show is, and maybe because of how small it is too, with the shot, I don't think in my arm that it's gonna make my arm hurt so bad that I can't hold the book. And I'm maybe 2 others that I'm planning on reading from the Mary Bookmas, and that means I would have 2 left. But if I only read 2 in this upcoming vlog, I will be happy. But I have some other videos I have to pre-film because of the shot, I'm swapping my schedule around, so it's lucky some of those videos weren't pre-filmed already. But most of every video I have for Mary Bookmas is pre-filmed if it's not a vlog. Alright, so that is it for day 13, because it is going up on the 13th of Bookmas, and I will see you in the next one. And I hope you've had a great weekend. That's it for now. Bye!